everybody. So we are doing the mock-up, the trial. Basically testing my little blueprint that I had drawn up weeks in advance. So this is our rooftop carrier right here, this bad boy. It's a Reece carry power. It's worked out really well in the past, so we are putting it to the test for 5,000 miles. Up top, the first thing that's going to go in that won't be touched until we arrive in Alaska is all of Camden's Grovia cloth diapers and everything that has to do with them. They are not in here right now because we're still using them, but I stuffed it to try to give us an idea. So in they go. Okay. Next up, that we won't be needing until we get there, is everybody's winter jackets. Now this isn't your ordinary winter jackets. These are your extremely cold winter, very heavy, long winter jackets all stuffed into here. On top of that, we're going to pack the kids' toys. They will have bags with them in their seats in the car, but it doesn't have a lot of toys. So when we get there and we're living in the hotel temporarily for anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks, they're going to need something to entertain them. So I tried to pack their favorite toys. In here, I packed some extra books, some little people figures, some little animal figures, some of Carter's favorite toys, some balls, stacking cups, a few brand new cards in here, and a couple bath toys for Moose. So that gives you an idea of what's in there. We're going to be minimalist, to say the least, for a long time. So those will go up there, and we won't be needing those for a while. The next thing we're going to kind of shove in there, I think will be our swimwear. We have ideas that if there's enough time and we find a hotel with a pool, we might have them go in the pool just to kind of wear them out, but I think that most of our journey will definitely wear them out, but just in case, you really never know. And when we go back to New Hampshire, you plan on taking them in the pool there for a little bit too, while there's still a bit of summer. So next thing that goes in that won't be touched is all of Bear's school clothes. He's going to a school where there's a uniform, so once he gets there, he will be in school. So school clothes, check. School clothes. And then we have some bags with winter clothes and some bags with summer clothes. The problem that we're facing is we are leaving in August and arriving in September. While that's fine in the lower 48 and you could get by with your summer clothes, it's actually going to be in the 30s come night morning in Canada and Alaska at that time. And not shortly after, while we're waiting for our goods to arrive, we could be seeing snow. So we will be needing summer clothes for most of our trip up, and then we'll have to transition into winter clothes probably partially along our trip, and then continue to use those while we wait for our house and our goods. So, in this bag, we have hats and gloves. Of course, in case of emergency, still want to be able to find them. Then we have the winter clothes. So what you're seeing, all these bags, they're wet bags. Wet bags are generally used for cloth diapers, but not always. Like you can see now, you can use them for anything. A wet bag has a waterproof lining usually made with like pole material, PUL. We're doing that because even though this is waterproof, but if we're saturated with water for days at a time in our trip, it might not hold up. So this is kind of giving our clothes extra protection. And the system that we're using is each bag is labeled. Our winter bags are a little different. They're stuffed more full with just one person's clothes. So this is all of Carter's winter clothes. He has another bag, but there's a little bit of extra room, so I'm gonna add a bit more Camden's winter clothes to it when we get to New Hampshire, because that's where his next size up clothes are. And these are Camden. All right. So like in here for mooses, there will definitely be able to stuff in a little bit more. It's pretty full, but I might be able to fit a bit more. I plan on packing about 4 more pairs for him. He tends to go through a lot, mainly just eating. It gets pretty messy. So next up is basically our medicine cabinet is in here. It's just in case we need something along the way, like teething medicine, cold, sinus. You know, we're going to be changing seasons. We run into all that. So it's here, and of course, you know, it will be a while before we get our goods again. So I want to make sure that we are prepared for everything. Alright, so now we are on to the summer clothes. So how the plan for this is going to work is on our car, not only are we going to have a rooftop carrier, we're also going to have a hitch carrier, I guess you call it. I don't know, what's it called, honey? How would you describe it?
Yeah, trailer hitch, rack, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so it's basically, you know, those metal racks that come off the hitch, and then there's another bag on top of that, which we will get to next. So, our summer clothes, what we're going to use along the way, which we will change our winter bags to look like our summer bags as we transition to those clothes on our journey by the time we hit Canada. So we'll be stopping and reorganizing and repacking our way on our journey. So in here is 4 shirts and 4 pants for Bear, 4 shorts and 4 pants for Moose. And then there's extra room, so I'm putting in a pair of pajamas for each of them. So here's one summer bag. Summer bags need to be more accessible. Same deal with this, same amount of clothes for Bear and Moose. And then it goes into Cameron and mine's bags of summer clothes. Because we are bigger people, we can't fit as many clothes into our Grovio wet bags. So we have 2 sets for each of us. So there's going to be 2 complete sets of clothes. So 4 total in here of summer clothes. So we need additional bags. Go there. Okay. So basically, for what we have completely packed is here. This will have a pair of boots for Bear and Moose in here, and possibly myself, maybe an extra pair of shoes or something floating around for Cameron as well. So that will stack up here. We have an extra laundry bag for dirty clothes as the wet bags fill up and we need to start transitioning and moving out our winter clothes. Oh yes, that reminds me, one big bag. This gigantic bag. Speaking of winter clothes, this is Cameron and mine's winter clothes. There are approximately 5 shirts and 5 pants for Cameron, 5 shirts and 6 pants, I think, for myself, on average in here. So that will go there. And then, you know, our shoes. So, as we get to our hotel and we access our bag of ready clothes, we will then, and we use those, we will put the dirty clothes into a bag that we'll be building full of clothes before we do laundry. So that bag will go out. We'll have the empty wet bag so we can start putting our winter clothes into it as we move into colder weather. Or repack our summer clothes depending on how far we get based on the laundry that we need to do. So we'll switch out one of these bags after 4 nights in a hotel for both Bear and Moose, and they will go into the duffel bag I'm going to show you in a minute. And then every 2 nights I will switch out one for Cameron and I. And our dirty clothes will go in here, and so that'll start building along this space as this diminishes. So it looks like, as of now, everything's still fitting. There is some extra things that will be going in there. I have some tulas that I won't be having the people ship. So I'll be putting them in the wet bag just so that they're extra protected and stuffing them in here. So you can imagine it's filled like that. Same thing with some of their extra blankets. So basically, this is the gist of what's going to go in here. There will potentially be maybe a small bag of dog food and a small bag of cat food and a litter as they're extra in here, because I believe we're going to have plenty of room to be stuffing that full. So this is the rooftop cargo carrier, and that's the basic plans for this as of now. And next we'll move on to the duffel bag, but we'll get to that later. Thanks for joining us.